This is Gene Montresto, and welcome to the Tapping Q&A podcast recorded live today from Williamsburg in Brooklyn. This is episode 526, originally aired March 16th, 2022. Hi everyone, I hope this finds you well wherever you are and whatever time of day you're getting a chance to listen to this. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Today we are going to talk about the step that most people miss when they are tapping on an issue, and if you address this one step, it will make a huge difference in the amount of progress that you make. Before we do that, two quick announcements. Number one, we have a free 10-part guide on how you can use tapping to eliminate self-sabotage. All you need to do is go to tappingqa.com, click on that big blue button. Secondly, if you'd like to support the podcast and receive some amazing thank you gifts for doing exactly that, all you need to do is go to tappingqa.com/support. In addition to the amazing bonuses that are on the website, you also get access to things before everybody else does. I actually have a new event coming up, and all of the supporters are going to get first whack at that because there are a limited number of seats. So if you would like to support the show so it continues moving forward in a successful way and receive an amazing thank you gift or three, all you need to do is go to tappingqa.com/support. The issue that I want to talk about is the issue that we most often miss when we are tapping. And if you skip this step, it's actually going to slow your healing process down a great deal. And if you don't know this is a step to take, you don't even know that you are skipping this particular step. And the step is, before I tap on an issue, I like to tap on the emotion about the issue before I tap on the emotion itself. And when I say the emotion about the issue, I mean, what is the emotion that I am feeling because I'm experiencing this particular issue? And originally, the way that I first learned this lesson, this was years and years and years ago, almost 15 years ago, and I was tapping with a friend of mine who had twisted her ankle while she was running, and she wanted to do some tapping on the pain. And for whatever reason, as we were tapping on the pain, and maybe it was something that she said, maybe it was a bolt of inspiration, I'm not exactly sure where it came from, but I asked her the question, how do you feel about the fact that you have twisted your ankle while running? And she immediately replied, I feel so stupid. I was running on the grass, and I know that if I run on the path that I'm going to see where my foot is going, and I know that I'm not going to step into a hole. And because I was running in the grass, I couldn't see the ground as clearly. And because I couldn't see the ground as clearly, I stepped wrong. I twisted my ankle. I know better. I feel so stupid. And when we are in a situation like that, where we have this emotion that is surrounding the issue itself, it makes it so much harder to tap on the issue. For example, in this case, she might be in a circumstance where her body is deciding that she deserves to be in pain because she did something stupid. And if we don't clear the I feel stupid for making this misstep, then we might not ever be able to clear the issue that is underneath that. Another way I like to think about this is oftentimes the emotion that we're feeling in the moment is clouding our ability to actually see what is going on. There have only been a couple of times in my life where I was so angry that it felt like I was literally seeing red. It was like I was looking through this red filter. And as I think back to those moments, not only did I feel out of control, but I also felt like I wasn't seeing what was going on around me clearly because I was looking at it and I was interpreting it through this lens of anger, which is the information that I'm perceiving an attack. And if I'm in a circumstance where I'm perceiving attacks, anything that comes at me, I'm going to perceive as an attack, and I'm not going to respond really well. And so that's the reason why I love starting with the emotion about the issue. And the way you do that is really simple. Like you sit down and you're going to tap on something. You're going to tap on your financial circumstance. You're going to tap on a limiting belief that you have in your business or about relationships, or you want to tap on something physical. And before you do that, just ask the question this way. Currently, I'm experiencing, insert issue. How do I feel about the fact that I'm experiencing this issue? And you'll notice it's not how do I feel about the situation, but the fact that I'm experiencing it. Like, it's not the details of what is going on, but it's my emotional response to what is going on. And I could be getting information around my body. I feel like my body is letting me down, or this is the beginning of the end. And that's the emotion that I'm feeling. So in addition to whatever's going on physically in my body, I could be worried about what my body is doing, what this says for me for the long term. I could be beating myself up because, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're so stupid. You did this again. Because there are mistakes that I make that are new and novel. And there are mistakes that even though I know better, I make the mistake over and over again. And so if I'm beating myself up for that fact, then there might be a part of me that doesn't want me to clear this particular issue because I need to suffer. I need to be in pain. So it's really straightforward. It's a really simple step. Name the thing that you want to tap on, and then name what are the emotions that you feel. And then after you tap on those emotions, tune back into the issue. Because one of two things will happen, more than likely. Number one, the issue is going to be a lot smaller. It's almost like the emotion you feel about the issue is the candy shell that's on the outside of the squishy issue that's in the middle. And since we've taken away that hard candy shell, not as easier to get to, but the issue is significantly smaller. The second thing that oftentimes happens is once I tap on the issue about the emotion, the issue that is in front of me changes a little bit. But because it changes, I'm now seeing it more clearly, which makes it so much easier for me to go after it. So the next time you sit down to tap, take a moment, give yourself a moment of pause, and ask the question after you've decided what you're tapping on, what do I feel about this particular issue and the fact that I'm feeling it? Tap on those emotions first, and it will open up so much space, and it'll make it easier for you to get so much more out of your tapping. If you enjoyed this nice little piece of content, please be our ambassadors and pass it along. You don't have to spam your inbox and send it to everybody in the world. But if you know one or two people who could really appreciate a conversation like this, please pass it along. It would mean the world to me. And you're going to send it to someone who might be having a rough day. And the fact that you're reaching out saying, hey, I'm thinking of you, it might make the difference that they need in the day today. Also, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the podcast. In podcasting parlance, subscribe is always free. You can find the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Pandora, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, one of those little smart speakers that are in your home. Just search for Tapping Q&A. Make sure you click on the subscribe, click on the follow, and most importantly, turn on the notification so each time a new episode comes out, you know right away. For the Tapping Q&A podcast, this is Gene Montrestelli. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye-bye. The Tapping Q&A podcast is copyright Gene Montrestelli Tapping Q&A. All views expressed by guests are those of the guests and not necessarily of Gene Montrestelli and Tapping Q&A.